Good morning. Today we are doing math page 99 and 100. And that's great news because we made it to page 100. And so once you get your page out, I want you to go ahead and stand up for 1 minute and do a little quiet dance in celebration of making it through 100 pages. Okay, and now I want everybody to go to the back of the room. Everybody go to the back of the room. Everybody up and to the back of the room. Spread out, make one line in the very back of the room. Everybody make one line in the back of the room. And what I want to happen is I want everybody to, now not right now, but you're going to all sit down on your bottom. And you're going to stand up when you think it's been 1 minute. So if you have a watch on your wrist, I want you to take it off and go put it in your desk. Because we're going to be guessing here, and it would be unfair if you had a watch on your wrist right now. But everybody, take your watch off if you have it, and everybody sit down in the back of the room. And we're going to see who can do the best job of guessing when it's been a minute. Today, our page is titled Measures of Time. And since we're talking about time, we'll do a little fun game for 1 minute and see who can get the closest to guessing when a minute has gone by. Okay, so everybody's sitting down. And when I say go, you're going to be counting in your head and trying to guess when it's been a minute. When you think it's a minute, I want you to stand up quickly. And the other Mr. Fitt in the classroom will watch and try to figure out who was the closest to a minute. So here we go. On your marks, get set, begin. And so you're all sitting, and you're going to stand up when you think it's been exactly 1 minute. It's going to be whoever gets the closest without going over. So you got to stand up, we'll say before a minute or exactly at a minute. And time is up. So, Mr. Fitt in the classroom, you'll have to decide who won that. And we'll go ahead and everybody return to their seats, please. And as you're returning to your seats, Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, said the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to hurt you, plans to give you hope and a future." Okay, class practice number 1, we're just told to fill in the blanks here. We're going to use that box at the top to figure out a lot of our blanks. 1 year is 365 days. 1 year is how many months? 12 months in a year. 12 months in a year. 1 hour is going to be 60 minutes. And 1 year is going to be about 52 weeks. We can write 52 for our answer. One minute is how many seconds? 60. 1 week is 7 days. 1 decade is 10 years. 1 century is 100 years. 1 leap year is 366 days. And that's when February has an extra day in it every 4 years. And that's our leap year. And 1 millennium is 1,000 years. Okay, number 2, it says write the pairs of factors for these numbers. Use the factoring chart if necessary. When they say to use the factoring chart, we had it on our page the other day. And you may have it in your assignment planner or something, you can use this. But I think you guys won't need to use the chart. As we look at it together, we're going to go ahead and write down these different pairs of factors. Remember, pairs of factors will be 2 numbers together. For example, here we have 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. Pairs of factors for 6 would be 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Pairs of factors for 4 would be 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. Pairs of factors for 12 would be 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. Pairs of factors for 9 would be 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. Pairs of factors for 8 would be 1 times 8 and 4 times, I should say 2 times 4. And pairs of factors for 5 would just be 5 times 1 or 1 times 5. Let's look at number 3. It tells us to divide and check. 21, it does not go into 3, but it does go into 39 one time. Put a 21, subtract. 9 minus 1 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1, and we get 18. That's less than 21, so we're good. Bring down the 9. How many times does 21 go into 189? To figure that out, let's imagine that we don't have the last numbers, the 1 and the 9, and ask ourselves, how many times does 2 go into 18? 2 goes into 18 9 times. Remember, it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be, and you guys know it. And in fact, it ends up being perfect when you multiply it. We subtract and we get 0. So we need to check it. So we'll do our 19 times 21. One times 9 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. Put a 0. 2 times 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 1, plus 1 is 3. When we add this, we get 399. Since that number is the same as our number we started with, it checks, and 19 is correct. 43 does not go in the 6, but it does go in the 62. It'll go in one time. 1 times 43 is 43. We're going to subtract. We need to borrow from the 6, so we get 12 minus 3. That gives us 9. 5 minus 4 gives us 1. We get 19. That's less than this, so we're good. We need to bring down the 5. And now we're asking ourselves, how many times does 43 go in 195? But let's cover up our last numbers and make it simpler. How many times does 4 go into 19? And remember, it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be close. If it's not 4, it might be 3 or 5. So we'll see how many times does 4 go into 19. 4 times 4 is 16. So let's try 4. We need to do 4 times 43. I'm going to do it off to the side. 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1, 17. 172. It looks like this is going to work. 5 minus 2 is 3. 9 minus 7 is 2. 23, and that's less than 43, so we're good. We have a 14 remainder 23, and we need to check it. Let's multiply 43 times 14. 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Put a 0. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 4 is 4. Now we can go ahead and add up what we have here. 2, 10, carry the 1, 6. 602, wait, that doesn't match. But one thing I'm forgetting is I got to add our remainder. And now it does match. So this checks, and our answer is correct. Our last one on this side, 13 does not go into 3, but it does go into 39. 13 goes into 39 3 times. 3 times 13 is 39. Going to subtract, we get 0. Bring down the 2. And 13 does not go into 2, so we need to put a 0. 13 times 0 is 0. Subtract, you get 2. So we get 30 remainder 2. We need to check it. Let's do 30 times 13. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 3 is 9. Put a 0 here. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. Add these. And then we need to add our remainder at the bottom. Plus 2. We get 392. That checks, because it's the same as what we started with. So our answer is 30 remainder 2. Okay, we're going to look at the back side. Number 4 on the back side says to write the missing terms. A, what times 7 would be 28? Well, 4 times 7. B, what divided by 9 would be 4? 36. 38 plus 24, 62. Go ahead and do the rest of 4, and I'll see if I can beat you on it. All right? What plus 7 would be 16? 9. Okay, I'll be quiet. Let's see who can get it done first here. This one's hard. I. Okay, and if you didn't finish this yet, you can look up at the screen and I've got some answers for you here. Okay, and now we're looking at number 5, and we're adding mixed numbers. Remember, a mixed number is a whole number and a fraction together. So first we'll add up our fractions. The denominator is 12, so we'll keep that as 12. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 5 more is 9. We get 9 over 12. 4 plus 9 would be 13, plus 7 more would be 20. And our answer is 20 and 9/12. So B, we keep 7 as our denominator. And 5 minus 4, we're using minus this time, subtraction, we'd get 1. 16 minus 9, we'd get 7. 7 and 1/7. We've got subtraction again. Our denominator still stays the same, whatever it is up there. It's 4. We have 3 minus 3. That'd be 0 over 4, which is the same as nothing. So we're going to get rid of this. But we're not done because we've got to do our whole numbers. 12 minus 6 would be 6. And that's our answer. We don't need to have a 0 over 4 because that means nothing. And now we're adding again. We know our denominator is going to be 18. 7 plus 4 is 11. 1 plus 6 is 7. And we have 7 and 11 over 18. Okay, we got to do some multiplying here. 9 times 6 is 54. I'll put a 4, carry the 5. 9 times 8 is 72. Plus 5 more would be 77. 9 times 4 is 36. Plus 7 more would be 43. 9 times 5 is 45. Plus 4 more, 49. I put a messy comma in there, but it's 49,374. B. 3 times 7 is 21. Put a 1, carry the 2. 3 times 0 would be 0. Plus 2 more would be 2. 3 times 8 is 24. So I'll put a 4 and I'll carry my 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2 more would be 11. Let's put a 0 here. And now we're going to do our 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 would be 1. 2 times 8 is 16. So we put a 6 down, carry a 1. And 2 times 3 would be 6. Plus the 1 would be 7. Add our numbers up. We get 1, 6, 5, 7, 8. So it's 87,561. C. 2 times 8 would be 16. Put a 6, carry the 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 more is 15. So we put a 5, carry a 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more would be 9. Put a 0, 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we need to put 2 zeros. 6 times 8 is 48. Carry the 4. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 4 more would be 46. Put a 6 and carry the 4. 6 times 4 would be 24. Plus 4 more would be 28. Add them up. We get 6. 5 plus 8 is 13. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 7 is 17. Plus 8 would be 25. 2 plus 4 is 6. Plus 6 more is 12. 8 plus 1 is 9. And then bring down the 2. So we get 292,536. D. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 1. Plus 1 would be 9. 8 times 3 is 24. 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Put 2 zeros. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. And 4 times 3 is 12. Now we need to add them up. We get 6. 9 plus 2 is 11. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 8 is 14. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. Plus 4 is 10. And 1 plus 2 is 3. And then bring down the 1. And so we get 130,416. Okay, we're going to look at number 7 next.
I'm going to go.
Okay, number 7, we're looking at writing pairs of factors. And remember, pairs will be two numbers multiplied together, not just one number that goes into it. So, first one we have the number 6. What are pairs of factors for 6? What are two numbers that go into 6? We know that 1 times 6, that's easy. And what else goes into 6? Well, 2 times 3. Okay, for the number 4, 1 times 4 and 2 times 2 goes into 4. So always the first one, it's 1 times the number, 1 times 8 here. I could continue on 1 times 12, 1 times 10. And then it gets a little harder, not really, but harder than the first one. 2 times 4 would go here. Okay. Let's see, for 12, 2 times 6. 3 times 4. Okay, and to finish off the number 10 would be 2 times 5. And so now we look at number 8, and they go together. Like these ones go with that, and these ones go with that. And it makes it very simple to finish off these answers, fill them in, put them in order. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 6. So we have all the numbers, the factors of 6. Factors of 4 would be 1, 2, and 4. Factors of 8 would be 1, 2, 4, and 8. Factors of 12 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Factors of 10 would be 1, 2, 5, and 10. Now, when you look at that, we did the whole page, both sides together. Congratulations, happy 100th math page. Consider that a present from Mr. Fitt, because you guys have worked so hard to get where you're at now. Good job.